from the beginning because my video just got interrupted somehow. Um, right, so like I said, I moved here and met my neighbors. I went out with my neighbor Lynn, asked her to take me out with her on her walks with her dogs. So she used to take me to the cemetery all the time, and we used to meet Blaine on the way. He used to pass through coming from the gym, and you always used to talk, with Lynn, even though he used to say they don't like her much. And one day I came from somewhere, I don't remember where, and his mom uh, called on me, and asked me to show me something. And she had a box with a snake in it, a snake, and she showed it to me as her new. She just bought that snake because she keeps snakes. She has snakes, and she showed to me the snake and put it in my hands, to have a look. So while I was looking at this snake, a man that I see quite often around here came along and said, you know why anacondas lay down next to you, to a human, to you, to me? Because they lay down next to you to measure you, to see how big you are, in order to eat you. Well, I was shocked. I just shocked. Like, why are you even telling me this? Who are you? And why did you just come into the conversation? And why would you say such thing out of the blue? Like, again, maybe I'm very, very naive. So maybe you can work it out. Why, I can't accept, I can't work it out except being very weird. And so that was a weird happening. And another time, my neighbor Lynn asked me if I sleepwalk. If I sleepwalk, I was shocked again because, as far as I know, I never sleepwalk. And all my relatives, they know me, and I slept with them in a house. They never seen such thing. I never sleepwalk, ever. And that question shocked me, to be honest. That was like so very weird. And I remember on our walks, I used to watch all these houses, beautiful houses, and just enjoy the nature. And we always went past this house. They had loads of chains, like big chains, right in front of the house and yard, and a gargoyle and chains. And we always used to go past that house, and I always used to look, and for me it's like, wow. It was curious, to say at least. And another thing, I used to see the owner of the shop, the sugar junkie, I used to go and see her sometimes, stay with her. And Blaine came in one day while I was talking to her, and he said that he just come from a bus, a bus ride, and he seen a woman on the bus with saggy tits, breasts, saggy breasts, and he swore at her, and that's what he said. And he hated her because she had saggy breasts. Well, in that moment, I changed my mind about Blaine. I didn't saying that about women is not nice at all, you know. And I felt very uncomfortable. And he was very angry at that woman because she had saggy breasts. And Lindsay give him £20 for, you know, for some stuff they take. And all of it, out of nowhere, he just said, he said, I'd rather die than lose. And I got confused. I didn't get what he was talking about. I didn't understand why he would say such thing again, like the same like he was saying about hormones with the saggy tits. I didn't understand this. He'd rather die than lose. So maybe he played a game and he'd rather die than lose. But why tell me? I didn't. I was confusing. So that was another like weird encounter. And also, just before I got my shoulder, just because before I had this shoulder in excruciating pain, I wake up in real excruciating pain. Just before that, Lindsay had her shoulder, she had like a wound. You can see the bruises on her shoulder. And I asked her what happened. Believing the worst, I thought she was beaten up by her husband. That's what I thought. But that was my first thought. But she said that she done it in a gym, and it's nothing to worry about because it's just she done it in the gym. So immediately after that, I got the shoulder pain. Immediately after she got it, that was weird again. Like weird. Right. And one day I was walking with Lynn. I was walking around the park, and somebody write on something devil, and he put it in our way where we used to walk. And I find that weird as well, like very weird. So I didn't. I after my shoulder started hurting, I remember Lynn offered to help me with a tiger balm. She gave me a tiger balm, and I was very grateful for it because it's the only thing I was using. No pills, nothing. It was just a tiger balm that I used for months and months. And so yeah, very weird things. So I decided with all this stuff, people talking things that I didn't understand, to stay away and mind my own business, which I did. I stay away and mind my own business. Maybe I'm naive again, but there you go. I don't think that's a fault. I mean, children are naive. You don't hate them for it. You love them for it. But big grown-ups, you hate them if they're naive. Or maybe you wish you had it and you lost it. Maybe. So, yeah, I stay away from everybody and just keep myself to myself. But I remember something else, like when I used to live with my sister Tanta, he had a son. She has a son named Inin, and you know, like children talk what they want to become when they grown up, and he wanted to be a cook, a chef. He wanted to be a chef. The reason I'm telling you is because he's like a person with these chefs. So he wanted to be a chef, a cook, chef. And that was that, nothing, weird about it. Until the son of my sister-in-law, my brother Florian and Gabby, Philip, his name, he wanted to become a chef as well, a cook, a chef. I said, oh, well, it's a lot of chefs in this family. They want to become, all my nephews want to become chefs, cooks. And long time ago, when I couldn't go to Turkey anymore because of I had to hide from the police, no reason. I stayed back in Romania and waited for Philip to come back from Turkey with some people I knew from the village. My sister used to take me to them, so I knew them. So I stayed with them, and they used to live in this house, in this villa. They still do. That belongs to Israeli people. They own that house somehow, that villa, and they live in this villa. They used to belong to Israeli people, and next to they had a neighbor. There was a chef, a cook, a chef. Right, he's a person with these cooks. So back in Hoddesdon, I worked in the kitchen with cooks, with the chefs, with the cooks. And here, Ian, Linda's son-in-law, my sister-in-law's son-in-law, the policeman Ian, is a cook. He used to be a chef cook. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it seems that it's very important piece of the puzzle. So yeah, all these cooks. And also, my house where I grew up was blue, a blue house. And I had a doll. She had a blue dress on. She was blonde and blue-eyed. I never played with the doll. Even though I'm a girl, I never ever play with dolls. I always played outside. I never found like dolls interesting, or they never was appealing to me. So she never was touched. She just stayed on a sofa, and I never touched it, ever. I didn't play with it. I just used to watch it from the distance, but never actually play with the doll. For me, the river, the woods, the birds, nature was my cup of tea, is my cup of tea. I prefer it to any material things. Right, so I don't know what I'm telling you that for, but I am. And I used to buy weed from my neighbor, Blaine. Blaine. Isn't that the name of this magicians? Is it just make himself disappear, Blaine the magician, or make other people disappear as well? Because I don't really watch magicians. Again, not my cup of tea. I never watch magicians. And but I heard about it, this Blaine. I don't know if you make himself disappear or make other people disappear. I don't know. So like I said, I used to buy weed from my neighbor Blaine, but at one point in time I used to faint from it, like faint and throw up, like really throw up. So I never buy it again. I didn't want to buy it again. So that was that. I don't really talk to the neighbors anymore or people around, because I give you a few examples of the kind of conversations they would be around me, very confusing out of nowhere, and the subjects they was speaking about just mind-boggling. And yeah, I keep myself to myself. It's the best way. So think, um, oh yeah, one time in a shop, Blaine's mother said to me that I'm so small. Um, she said, "You're so tiny. You can even in a bed, you can barely find you. Like when you're in a bed, you seem like you're not there." Something like that. She said in a shop. That was weird. Again, like very weird thing to say. So, as you say, I just stay away. And that's the things that I had encountered with neighbors and people around here. The weirdest things. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope it makes sense to you. Maybe it makes sense to you. Oh, one thing, I remember something else. It just, comes. Once we lived in Hoddesdon, and we went in holiday to Romania, and in the airport you can rent cars, like you all know by now. So me and Philip was at the desk there, renting a car, and immediately behind us was Israeli people, and I remember them talking to the Romanian man, accusing him of cheating and talking so down on him, even though he'd done nothing. He's done nothing, but they just talking so down to him, like I was like, oh my god. Oh, and also at one point, in my life, I tried to get a work again. Like I said, a friend of mine, used to take me to. He tried to take me to where I find this job, which was with a Israeli family, cleaning. So I went to this place, to this house. It was a very big house, split in two. It was one family living one side, and another woman living in another side. But this was a joint house, and I cleaned all day. I cleaned and cleaned everything that I needed to clean. And at one point, me and this other woman, they work for the other family, had to carry a bag full of drinks, like whiskey, wine, vodka, all sorts of drinks. It was in this big bag, and we had to carry it down the stairs. And we did. We carried it down the stairs. It was so heavy. And just the last 6 or 7 steps that we had to make, we dropped the bag. The bag just slipped out of our hands and went tumbling down, and all these drinks smashed to smithereens everywhere. It was like a big pile of smashed bottles and all this alcohol blended together. And I was shocked, and I knew that that's gonna be the end of the job. And it was. It was. She didn't want me anymore. She paid me for that day and told me not to come back. Yeah, that happened. Don't know why this come to my mind today, but it does. Right. So, like I said, if I remember anything else about this village, like just weird little things happening, I will come and tell it. But that's it for now. I think I said enough for today about this kind of stuff. So thank you for listening to me. And maybe you're wiser than me, and I'm in this naive woman that doesn't understand things like I should, like hidden things that you have to dig in order to find the real meaning behind the words. I don't like this kind of things. I don't like secrets. I don't like double talking. I think when people do that, they try to confuse, and confusion is the worst thing for people, for anybody, That's my take on it anyway. Because I think when you love somebody, when you love people, you don't want them confused. You explain yourself as good as you can, so nobody gets confused, because you don't want that for anybody. But it seems that around this place is the main thing is confusion. So that's why I stay away from people. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you peace and joy and love and health